Hello and welcome to another episode of Last Call for Adventure. I am joined by our most uh what's espionagic? That's not a advert or a what is it called when you
Word.
describe something? Word. Thank you. Our most there's got to be a word that indicates that something is spy-like. I don't know what that word is. So instead I'll just say let's go around and
Espionagic.
meet. I just
Don't believe his lies.
Oh my god. Yes, espionagic. True. We're gonna start with Criken. Criken, who are you? Who do you play? And what
um,
is your favorite color?
okay, well that's privileged information. But I'm Criken. I play Truffle Fungalhorn, the gnome. Oh, I'm also flipping apparently. The gnome druid that loves mushrooms. And I have been in a different episode. Well, that's we all have. I've been in a different location every
You guys
episode,
have
is
all
a
been
fun
struggling
fact.
hard. Belgium and TwitchCon and
I've been nonstop
language.
traveling. Okay, I am the opposite of Truffle right now. Anyway, yes, happy to be here.
No kidding.
Jet lag
You've
is a
been flying
doozy.
around.
Yeah,
I guess that's true. That's throwing me off actually now. I'm trying to think about it.
I don't
international
know
known
how
mystery.
Criken is alive right now because I'm already back in the States and my brain is melting. It's like coming out of my ears after being in Europe for like 12 days. I'm just like, what year is it? I don't know.
Yes.
Regardless. Hi, Momo. Nice to see you again. Who are you? Who do you play?
Hi, I'm Momo. I play Weiss Adart. She is a changeling bard. Uh, and I pretend to play games on Twitch and laugh a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. Tim.
Hi, I'm Timac. I play Ragnar Steelbrow. He's a barbarian dwarf, and he's a naive corporate son who's rebelling against his father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
He's
much the
just
gist of it.
a Nepo baby.
Exactly.
Nipple baby?
Nepo. Nepo.
Oh, I was like, isn't everyone a nipple baby?
No, some are bottle fed.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Sorry.
How did you hear that? Where is your mind at? We already established it's the international travel.
It's in Europe, is where it is.
Yeah. Tripping.
Hey, I'm stripping.
Hi.
I play a hired killer named Church, who did work for Ragnar's father, but is kind of burnt and is kind of now seeing if he can get this group out of this mess and clear his name. I was kidnapped last episode. I freed myself last episode, and everyone else took the credit. So here we are.
That did happen, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
actually
that
fair
did.
for once. Yeah, not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
What? That's ridiculous. It was
You
all a
killed
plan.
someone with your head
Yeah, while being tortured.
while being tortured. When you put it that way, it is kind of dark. It got kind of dark last time. I guess in D&D, things that would constitute torture feel normal.
True.
Yeah,
Well played,
yeah,
that's a
no,
lot.
I would say D&D is a pretty dark universe. No, there's a lot of things that just eat you. We don't have that problem.
True.
Here.
You don't have that problem there? There's not things that just eat you?
In
There are no
Radio
predators
England?
in
No, not
in
really.
England, no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't
Wait,
have
really?
cougars, pumas, bears.
The most we have is like a badger. That's like the highest
Yeah.
threat level in England is a
Oh my
badger.
If you
Now,
lay
what's it
down
like?
and don't fight back, then
You're
enough
at more
badgers could
risk of
probably kill
treading
you.
in a puddle that is so deep you drown than you are getting attacked by an animal.
What is that like?
I mean, kind of boring,
I
honestly.
grew up in like backwoods Missouri where everybody's like parents warned their children about staying out too late because of like mountain lions taking children away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a thing. Yeah. I've heard that
We have
too.
buzzards that grab like small dogs, but that's and
Oh
honestly, like
no!
dogs that small deserve to be grabbed. So it's just
Hey, what
I
the
think that's funny.
Wait, so this makes sense on why UK people let their cats out all the time. This makes suddenly like the sense is being made.
Most
Like,
cats in the UK like don't even go in the house. They just live outside.
yeah, no, here your cat would probably die if they,
Yeah.
if they were an indoor outdoor cat. They'd leave the house and you might not
Our
see them
biggest
again.
predator is a fox, and they're like the same size as a cat. So
What?
Oh,
That's wild.
Fox.
yeah, it's kind of blowing.
Aren't they
kinda
pretty
blowing my
skittish?
mind.
well, tell it to my chickens. They're all dead. They were killed by a fox.
Oh no. The one predator on your island killed your
The
chicken.
one
Yeah,
predator.
managed to find you.
He got my chickens. He's eating good right now. But I just bought pigs, and so next time he rolls up, he's gonna have to get through the bouncers, and it's not gonna go well for him.
Yeah.
They're only 10 weeks old, but they're already getting plump. I'm gonna train them to fight foxes.
I just think that's the funniest thing in the world to be like, there's only one predator on my island. That predator did eat my chickens, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
he
the
did.
luck there. Damn, that's crazy. Anyways.
We don't even have like insects. We don't have like bad insects. It's like
Ugh.
small, average spiders.
What? No way.
There's nothing
That's
venomous on this
unfair.
island. Except the
What did
people.
the British do when they came to India? Because I feel like everything there would have
Take
killed
everything
them.
and leave again.
Yeah.
It's well documented. It's just in our museum.
Yeah. They're all
There are probably like there's snakes. There's like, let's get the
They
fuck
were like,
out of here.
well, they stayed in their
Yeah.
palaces, they had their guns and their guards, and then they just, boarded the ships and left. It's true.
Oh my god. I'm crying. It's so funny. Because our spiders are sometimes as big as your hand. And I just can't imagine like never seeing something like that in your life and then seeing it. You'd think it's like
By
fake.
Jove! It's got
British people have two reactions. They're either not
Yeah.
afraid of anything because they don't know to be afraid of it, or they're afraid of everything because they have a vivid imagination.
It's like the first time I saw a camel spider, I almost shit myself. I was like, I'd rather die, fam. I don't want to deal with this. Like, don't look it up if you're afraid of
I'm too
spiders.
ignorant of the dangers of the world, so I would just, it'd be fine.
It's so funny. There's this board game. I'm pretty sure people know it, called Arkham Horror, and in it there's a character named Hank.
My favorite.
Yeah, it's so good. In it, there's this character named Hank that's like kind of ignorant of the wider world. And so because of this, as long as he can kill something in the first turn, he doesn't have to make a wisdom check to see if he like is afraid of it. And I kind of feel like that's you. Where you're like, as long as it
exactly.
dies with like one hit, it doesn't frighten me really.
All right, last non sequitur I'll say, but literally this is the story of how Strippin killed an entire hornet's nest in LA.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Was he has never encountered hornets before. It was at a barbecue. I was literally in the Uber on the way there, and I look on Twitter, and he's like, "Yeah, there's hornets in the backyard. I'm gonna deal with it." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Oh.
And he literally grabs the hornet's nest with a towel.
No.
And jumps into
No.
the pool and crushes it with his legs
No.
under the water and does not get stung once and kills the entire thing in
They
one
were
go.
all over that thing too. I somehow got every one of them in the towel.
Yeah,
They were like
No,
super
you're
soldiers.
lying.
I
This is
held them
real.
under the wall
All
for
of
like
them?
5 minutes. I held them on the wall for 5 minutes, and those motherfuckers started climbing out with like knives in
Yeah.
their teeth. Like they were like,
I don't
they were
like
holding their
this
breath
story
under
It was
there.
anymore.
Pirates of the
Climbing it.
Caribbean,
It was insane.
They were like,
It took me so long
they
to
were
kill them.
coming from the bottom.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
had looked up and it was like you have to wait till nighttime when they all leave, or you have to like get a specialist. And I was like, barbecue has to happen now. So I grabbed the
Yeah.
hand towel and I grabbed the whole hive, ripped it out, and then I dived in the pool.
It's on video.
It's Giga Chad energy, but also, like you said, it's because they've never encountered anything
No.
like hornets before.
No.
Yeah,
know,
there it is. This is the
That's
video.
insane.
No.
He jumps in there like head first, too.
What
What?
No one could go in the pool though because there was a
Unhinged.
lot of hornets in the pool, but it was fine.
No way.
It was a good barbecue.
He was fine. It was a great barbecue. Yeah, great time. I got a text from him. He's like, "There's hornets all over the pool." I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I get a text like 10 minutes later, like, "Handled it." I'm like, "What?" And I like look on Twitter. And there's this video.
What?
I'm so glad you said that. I was
Are
thinking
you
the same
real,
exact
dude?
thing.
Are you fucking
No.
real?
Sometimes
What?
I wonder.
What the fuck
Oh
is
my
that?
god.
You can There's not an amount of money you could pay
That's
me
like
to
a-
grab a hornet's nest with a towel. Like that's because
I think that's like
us Americans are smart enough to know you don't do that. No, it
Yeah.
is. One hornet
Yeah.
sting is so freaking nasty, and the thing is, they get so mad they just don't stop stinging you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I had to kill them all.
Oh my god.
Because I thought about it. I was like, what's the only way they can't get me? Like, what's the only way I can get rid of all of them? And it was like, I have to put them in the pool. I have to drown them. That was like my mental gymnastics.
Yeah, or like wait a week for the exterminator to come and
You
like
can't
do it
fly if they're in
properly.
the pool.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I feel
I
like
mean,
there's gotta be some
no
kind
sane person would go there, but it was all I had.
No. I would have constructed a flamethrower before grabbing it with a towel.
But then I would have lit my tiki roof on fire.
Yeah.
Not the
Oh, that was
tiki
good.
And
roof.
I lived in California. You know, it's wildfire
Yeah,
central
fire is not great.
from
Yeah.
people like me. I've got a
Well,
great video of Kraken jumping in that pool too.
True. Not
with the
as
hornets?
heroic. Nope. No, we don't have to talk about that video.
It's us
I was
hanging
very
out,
drunk.
drinking, and then he goes, "Hey, let's pretend to be our D&D characters and jump in the pool." And then I can't remember what he says, but he falls in the pool back. That's the
I
end.
fall in the pool mid-line and just eat a full mouth of water. And, like,
Oh.
yeah, it was
It's unlisted on my YouTube channel. I've kept it forever.
not my proudest moment. Yeah.
I need to
Y'all,
see
number
this.
one, are dorks. But number
Yes.
two, really great dorks. Really fun dork. You know?
Thank you.
Respect. Respect.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You are never gonna get my brown ass to fucking grab the hornet's nest with a fucking towel. That's just not gonna happen.
The thing is, I would do it again
Never.
because there was no repercussions.
He was not punished. It's the worst part. He
I would-
didn't
I
learn
would
anything because he wasn't punished.
Willingly do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, the hoodie was a good idea.
Yeah, I just worked the hoodie on so they couldn't get me, and then
Sorry, I'm just like
Probably play
I'm in
D&D at some
disbelief.
point, huh?
Yeah, I know. I got stung by like in India we have these things called prendes. I think in English they're yellow jackets and they're everywhere.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
stung by one of those once while riding a motorcycle. After
that's
that,
what they were. They were
like,
yellow jackets.
Yeah, they're hornets.
They were
on
probably a lot smaller
steroids.
than Indian yellow jackets, though. But it was a
Huh.
nest of yellow jackets.
He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. It's fine.
Yeah.
he does. You're right, Momo. He doesn't get it. It hurts. It hurts so bad. I got stung by one, Sam, and my freaking arm swelled up to the size of a softball. And I'm not allergic. So like, if I don't think you understand how lucky you are that you didn't get
Sounds like
stung
a
by
skill
not just
issue, I
one,
don't-
but like multiple skill
A
issues.
skill.
It was a literal nat 20. Like that's the most nat 20
No,
thing
it
I've seen
is.
in my life someone do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Skill issue.
No, I almost
Nice
like
diving form,
crashed. It was
too.
a skill issue. I mean, I made my constitution save to not like
good.
crash my bike.
There's
but
like a
the-
there's a metaverse where I died that.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
there's a variant of you that died.
Yeah, he died that day.
It's like Doctor Strange saw one reality in which nothing bad happened, and this is that
14
reality.
million outcomes. Yeah.
And this is the one. Sorry. Okay.
One where you eat
D&D.
it. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, we find ourselves following a small mushroom hatted creature that looks much like a mushroom himself, who's talking to, I think, fungi where we last left off in
Yeah.
a stinking hellhole of a swamp. There are stirges in the air, in little clouds here and there buzzing. For those of you who aren't familiar with the stirges, it's a rather small, nefarious, bat like furry creature with a penchant for drinking blood. They buzz around you, little gnats kind of flick back and forth, and the stench in the bog, to you, probably, Truffle, feels like home. The entire marsh around you in general feels like it's inhaling, but never exhaling. Like the air just kind of keeps coming in and getting stuck there. And the ground itself is just as treacherous as the creatures that live here, in places kind of giving away to a soft mulch that threatens to eat your boots whole. And here, you've managed to navigate successfully to a friendly grove of mushrooms, and upon speaking to them, they have started to light your way forward through this area. Now, remind the party of what your goals here were, since you're kind of on your own now, and what you hope to accomplish before you return.
Yeah, I think this was the time before the, heist we were about to do where we were scouting out the different options for entering and uh, you know, getting to our goal. And so I was looking through the swamp and specifically talking to plants to communicate with the fungi to learn of a potential alternate entrance for us that would not
Mhm.
involve going through the main door, as well as scout out kind of what level of enemies, kind of resistance we might encounter. Um, so this is very much a reconnaissance mission, not a going in on my own mission. But we're also learning about the fact that there's some either pollution or bubbling coming from near our entrance point that is causing the swamp to suffer.
This is really, this is a really good recap.
Remember.
Yeah, yeah. The thickness of the air in the swamp, as well as the thickness of the undergrowth beneath your feet, only aids your stealthy mission. The only thing that would mark your passing through this drowned forest is indeed the vague puffs of bright yellow spores that kind of come in the distance, kind of guiding your way as this massive fungal colony, one massive hive mind, is trying to guide you forward through safe paths. Give me a stealth check with advantage.
Time to open roll 20 as it's
And
reset.
it's been recharging.
Mm-hmm. Check advantage and boom. Oh.
Thankfully, you have advantage, so it's an 11. But as you're walking towards this strange bubbling pool, which you've been informed is not natural by the local flora, um, your foot begins to sink in the mulch by you, making this like very loud sucking sound as the path, the sort of makeshift path you're on, begins to rapidly kind of crumble away. And as it does, you realize you've kind of stepped into a trap. You hear a faint, almost like whistle, like the sound of a tea kettle coming to a boil. And you realize your foot hasn't been taken by soft quicksand like mud, but rather by a very clever little root, forming a very tight noose around your ankle. You see a giant maw of a carnivorous flower resting on the top of the slimy water begin to open. And as it does this inhale, kind of letting off this loud whistle that seems to like like expand for a moment, but then almost get quieted by the thick air, the thick oppressive air and heat that you're in. You wonder if this creature is going to maybe draw undue attention to you. But as this thought knocks around in your mind for just a moment, you realize your feet are giving way as it pulls you closer. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Now, I am actively using talk with plants. Is there a way I can communicate with this plant as it's trying to eat me?
Ah, of course. Yes. Yes, definitely.
I'd say,
Excuse me. I'm trying to fix the swamp from all the mess that's been happening recently. Could you let me do that without eating me, please? I'd appreciate it very much.
Yeah. Give me a nature check.
okay.
Blah.
Yeah. As you, oh God, what does the plant sound like? As you say this, you slip a little closer
feed
as it
me,
continues,
Seymour.
as it continues to pull you closer. And the voice comes to you and says, I ain't had nothing to eat but little flies and maggots for 3 weeks. Sorry, it's the orc from Lord of the Rings. I ain't had nothing but maggoty bread. Yeah. As he like begins to pull you closer into its massive maw. Now you see a striated flower with colors of magenta and green kind of begin to unfurl and open as the leaves kind of like begin to like create an opening for you to pass through essentially.
He's gonna say, "Okay, last warning, or I'm gonna have to do something that you won't enjoy."
Yeah. Oh, make an intimidation check.
And if it's like at a point where I'm going to get hurt, I would
Yeah.
cast a spell. But let's see.
Ooh.
19. This gives it pause. It stops dragging you for half a moment and is just like, or what?
I would wither all of your organs so you would die. I would
Oh.
prefer not to.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Because I don't want to get eaten.
Well,
You
I
do
got to
understand?
eat.
What if we could find you something else to eat?
Oh, I suppose that'd be all right then. And like the thin whistling kind of stops as it stops like inhaling you in and pulling you in with its roots and instead releases you.
I'll keep talking to it.
Now, have you found any other creatures of my size or bigger that inhabit this area?
Oh, uh, quite a few.
Do you ever eat any of them? Or try to?
Most of them are not bite size like you are.
Hmm. Okay. Well, how about this? If you can show me where they are, and we end up battling them, I'll feed you them when we're done.
Okay. And he kind of like begins to slither forward, dragging this heavy bulbous flower on 3 different like tendrils that kind of like grasp forward onto different tree branches and roots and just kind of slump and slurp its like massive body forward. And as it kind of comes fully out of this slimy bog it was resting in, you actually notice it is about your size. And it occurs to you it actually would have quite some difficulty eating like a
Hmm.
full-sized humanoid.
Now, if you have other friends of yours that want to get involved too, maybe we could make a deal, you know? You have other plant friends that are hungry?
Hmm. Let me see if I can rustle them up together. Give me a persuasion check to see how many he calls.
Oh my god, this would be sick. Yeah.
14. Yeah. You hear that like steam like whistle again. And then from the water, go ahead and roll me 2d4. You see two more. I was gonna say
The
snake
boys.
eyes. Yeah. Two more come sliding out from different pools and come sort of barreling your way. One wears like a lily pad for a hat, and the other one you notice is somewhat adorned with the waterlogged corpse of what looks to be something organic at some point in time, almost around its
Ooh.
neck like a stole. Yeah.
Interesting. I think Truffle would ask the one that has the body if he could examine it for a minute to identify more about the corpse or where they came. Or I guess he could ask them.
Hey, where'd you get that big guy?
Oh, this bit. I'm rather proud of it. Oh, yes, I got this from the overturned cart.
Oh, a card, huh? Could you point out where that was?
Oh, of course. There's nothing good there now, though. I got the good bits.
And you
I'm
see
sure
her
you
like
did.
adjust what looks now to be like a piece of halfling.
Mm.
Do you mind if I take a look to admire your handiwork?
Oh, of course, darling.
Truffle will examine the body and see if he can find any identifying bits left that haven't been, consumed or decayed, to see, what the company they're from or like, what they
Yeah.
were.
Give me an investigation check. 17. Yeah. You do notice they are wearing the Traders Association insignia on what looks to be a short, stocky leg that ends in a boot, and it's on the boot. And that's kind of the only piece of this halfling that's left.
Do you mind if I take this?
He holds up the boot.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Well, that would rather ruin the effect, darling.
You like the boot?
It adds a little something to the end.
Oh, of course, yes. I understand.
And he puts the boot back. He's not gonna push Sluck.
Yeah. As you say that, like seeing how nice you are, she sort of like kind of ponders for a moment and is like,
Well, if you want an empty one, there might be one by the cart.
Oh. Are there any other living creatures by the cart, or is it empty by now?
I think Gus may have taken up residence inside of it.
Oh, Gus, is that another one of you guys?
No, Gus doesn't really talk to us.
Why is that? You're such good company.
Oh, thank you, darling.
she takes like her two little roots and like puts them by her cheeks, and then and is like,
Well, I don't really know how to talk to a Gus.
Is he like the halfling? Or
I
guess
don't know
he'll point
what
to-
he is.
yeah.
Does it seem friendly
What's
or
a
not friendly?
halfie?
It's the meal you got. Pretty tasty, huh?
Oh, I'll have to find me another one of those.
Is Gus friendly, or does he seem rude?
Gus minds his business, unlike this one.
And she like jostles the boot around her neck.
How'd you catch this one?
Well, it was trying to get the cart out of the bog, and then I just creeped right on up and got him while he was bent over fixing the wheel.
How long ago was this?
Oh, probably about 3 moons now.
Holy shit. Ah, great. Now, if I promise you that we could find you some more folks like this that maybe, you know, don't need their bodies anymore, maybe we can work out some sort of deal. You can help us, me and my friends, that is, pass through the swamp, and then, you know, when we deal with the bodies, you can have them.
You know what, young sir? I think you've got yourself a deal. But you'll have to peel them for me. That's why I didn't finish this one. The peels give me indigestion.
Don't worry about that. I'd be happy to do so. Now, do you think should I head over to Gus? Is he close by, or is it a bit of a trek?
Oh, it's a bit of a trek, darling.
Hmm.
It's through what we refer to as the caldera.
Oh, and what's that?
It's where the river's close to the surface, and so the ground there is very mulchy. In places it gives way.
Well, that wouldn't be a problem for me, but I understand. Maybe you could just show me the way? I don't want to inconvenience you.
Oh, of course, darling. But be careful towards the east edge, because that's where the water gets very, very hot.
Oh, yes. The mushrooms were telling me about that. How long ago did
Things
that
don't
start?
grow there anymore.
Hmm. That's sad. Well, I'll be sure to avoid that then.
That's where the big ones are. The ones too big to eat, I mean.
Right. I think those are the ones we're gonna end up trying to talk to, if you know what I mean. If you could point me in their direction and maybe give me whatever information you guys have managed to observe, that'd be very helpful.
Yeah. She ponders, like she talks to you for a moment and kind of lets you know what she knows, which is from a plant's POV. They sit there with burning sticks in their mouths by the water's edge. Things don't grow that way anymore. It's too hot. But there's another way down into the subterranean river that's still warm, but doesn't boil or scald. It's called the Devil's Throat.
Hmm. That sounds promising. Which way
It's
is that?
just south of the Boiling Glade. Like I said, you want to be careful there. That's where your friends that you want to talk to are. You realize
Oh, you
she
mean
tries
Gus?
to like wink at
Oh.
you with like a leaf.
I gotcha. Now, how many of them are there?
Usually 2. They come up there with their Bernie sticks, and sometimes me and the others think about eating them, but then think better of it. They've got sharp bits and pointy bits and lots of peels.
Right. How about this? I'm gonna come back with my friends, and we'll take care of those two. Maybe once we, let's say, initiate our conversation, you guys can wrap them up and suck them up. Go chow time, chow down.
Oh, that would be all right then.
All right, sounds like a plan. We'll meet you back here in just a couple days.
Sounds good. And as you notice, as you've been having this conversation, the one with the lily pad hat has been like almost like kind of testing your ankle for flavor with like one large, like sticky frond that's like now kind of stuck to your ankle.
Uh,
You can look, but you can't touch.
You return to the party.
Yeah,
It's
I'll head back to the party.
miraculously unscathed.
Yeah, I'll say bye to the mushrooms too. I missed talking to them. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back shortly, and don't worry, we'll get rid of this scalding caldera. You have my word as Truffle Fungal Horn.
All the mushrooms light up. Bye, Truffle. Bye, Truffle. Bye, Truffle.
Bye.
Truffle, the savior of sport.
Oh, music to my ears. Yeah.
What a
Thank you.
title. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I'll head back to the party.
Truffle returns to you all a few days later. What have you been up to in the interim? Just hanging out at the inn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
That's great.
They're
Just
sick to-
just enjoying
Church has been
not
at the
being
end.
in
They're
the
sick
swamp.
to death of him.
Oh yeah, everyone's enjoying. Everyone's enjoying some time away from Truffle.
Oh,
That's not
no.
nice.
Hey, well,
That's not
hey,
true.
Ragnar is. He's been babysitting the whole time.
I think Weiss would have performed a time or two. Just, to make some money on the side or, keep appearances up. And or
Yeah, give me
attention
a
off of church.
a performance check to determine like how much money you made.
Oh. Oh my. Alright. I like money. Performance. Oh, I'm looking through my spells.
Yeah, we'll just multiply whatever number you get by 5. Okay, that's a lot.
By 5, you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
as the words were leaving your mouth, you're like, oh, by
I was
5.
like, wow, that's high. Yeah. So you get 110, gold pieces in the time that
Hell
you've been performing at the inn. Gotten quite a bit in tips.
Awesome.
Church
And
would be
it's
fleecing
not
people in
even
cards.
been like, it's not just been Weiss performing. She'd like shift into other like visages of local performers and like perform as them all
Mhm.
throughout the like time that he's been gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. You wrap a set and get off the stage. And as you do, you probably see Truffle bumbling in through the front of the indoors. The ornate doors kind of give way, and for a moment, it looks like it opened on its own until your eyes kind of go down and see the small gnomish shape kind of come in. A filthy, stark contrast to the ornate sandstone floors and engraved framework of sort of like the richness around you, with soft velvet pillows kind of surrounding you, and then this rather muddy, mulchy thing that has emerged from the swamp. Reeking of corpse flowers at that.
Yeah, I think Weiss would have that expression of, oh, Truffle. Oh, Truffle. Like it's
Truffle
like
will,
this
like-
gradual thing, realizing he's back, so that means they're gonna have to leave soon.
Truffle will like wave like Peepo happy, like, oh, like he's like happy to see his friends.
She waves.
He'll go to whatever table Church is at and just sit down without like.
Church is in a
Questioning
high
if he
stakes
should.
card game
He'll sit down right next to
Ah.
you.
with 3 other people.
Yeah. 3 other people are like sweating. You see one of them, a tiefling, like shuffling their 3 cards like rapidly, almost with like preternatural speed, as they're like looking at the numbers, looking at the cards laid out on the table, and like you can see them doing the mental calculus. Make a deception check to see how well you hide your poker face. You think you're playing this pretty straight.
He's it's not his first time, won't be his last.
Yeah. Give me an insight check.
Okay. Is this an insight into how good his hand is?
No, this would be an insight
Read-
into what everybody else has.
Okay.
Reading the other players.
Yeah.
Oh,
The tiefling
9.
has something really good. Really good. The half orc is about to fold. You get the sense.
Mm,
And
okay.
the other human at the table is indiscernible to you. But the
Okay.
tiefling's excitement, they've been at the table so long. I also have really low deception, but they've been at the table so long. You kind of get the tells, and when they're shuffling their cards rapidly, it's usually because they have something they're very excited about in their hand.
Okay. Okay. What's my hand looking like? What's my hand looking like right now?
Yeah, okay, let's do yeah, just give me a naked D20 roll. Unless you're cheating, in which case give me a sleight of hand.
And I will be cheating.
Okay, then give me a sleight of hand.
Unless you're cheating, like it was an option.
here we go.
Yeah.
23.
Oh,
Ho, 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 ho.
23. You have an amazing hand. Yeah. Full house.
Okay. Yeah. I would let him lead though. I don't
Yeah.
want to come on too strong. Yeah, I would follow his lead.
Yeah, the only person you can't really read is, like I said, another human at the table that seems to be like kind of, you know,
Okay.
looking
So
back and forth
does Truffle just
coolly
roll
while
up? Do you
drinking.
just pull out a seat, Truffle? Do you just sit?
Yeah, he just sits next to you. Hi, I'm back.
All right, mate.
Yeah, I
Yes,
found out a lot. I'm actually great. You know, there's a whole bunch of mushrooms that live out in the swamp, and there's this place called it just like starts like rattling off.
Yeah, mate, that's
you know,
great
everything
and all,
learned.
but give me a minute. I just got to clean these fellas out. Isn't that right, boys?
Oh, are they dirty?
takes things
What?
literally.
He's also filthy when he's asking this. He's like covered in swamp stuff.
Go take a bath or something, man.
Oh, okay. He like sadly gets up and leaves like a slime trail, like a slug, as he walks away from the table.
Ah,
Poor
Vile.
guy.
Absolutely vile.
I feel bad for him.
Church does not feel bad. He fucking stank.
Yeah. Literally vaguely of dead bodies. Like
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
literally of rotting meat. Yeah. Yeah, the half orc is just like, nice friend you got there.
Yeah? Well, nice coin purse you've got in it. Read him and
Yeah,
wait,
well,
boys.
I'm out. He like folds.
Yeah,
And
thought you would be.
the tiefling is just like, I raise.
What you got?
Oh, well, that would take the fun out of the game, wouldn't it?
I'm not
They
fucking
rapidly,
talking about
like,
your
kind of
cards.
twiddle.
I'm talking about the weight in your pockets.
Oh,
What
I
have
could
you got?
put down another 25 gold.
Go on then. Church will throw his in
Yes.
the middle.
The human wavers for a moment.
Yeah, you
And
might as
then
well
does
fold,
the
mate. You've not
same.
got a stomach for it. Oh, you do. All right then. Let's see him.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I'm not the only person cheating at this table. I know that for a fact.
You're not. You're not.
13.
13. You see the human swap 2 of the cards from the half orc's discarded hand. You see, like, they're very smooth about it. They look like they're reaching over to put their 25 gold down, but you catch it because they, you just need to beat a 12. The half orc's discarded hand position of the cards is slightly different, and you put it together in your mind. That
Wait,
those cards are
Half-Orc,
not what they used to be.
what cards did you have? He's saying it
You
while
see,
keeping eye contact with the human.
yeah, you see him all dejected, like, oh, what's the point, huh? I already
'Cause I
lost,
think-
you win.
Because I think they're fucking missing, mate. That's why.
Huh? He like looks down, lifts his hand up. Ugh, this isn't right.
No. What
You
did you
see
have,
a
mate?
bead of sweat on the human's forehead begin to form. I was gonna do a king high, the king's
Mhm.
mission, in it.
Mhm.
He like
Yeah.
shows you the hand.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Why don't you fold there, fella?
Who do you say this to? The human?
Yeah.
Yeah, make
We
an
want a king to show
intimidation
up,
check.
wouldn't we? 11.
This is the first time the human speaks in the entire time, and they're like, "Well, I mean, he's a half orc. He probably doesn't remember what he had. He's lost every hand thus far. Come. He probably didn't have a king to start with.
Okay, so his king's not in your hand.
I can't tell you what's in my hand. That would rather defeat the purpose of the
Because you
game,
thought
wouldn't
you
it?
were sly when you put it in your goal, but I watched you swap the cards.
Well, that's a very heavy accusation to make.
Oh, is it? What do you think about this, Orc? Think he's got your king?
See
You know
the
what I
half
think,
orc
Mr.
now
Half-Orc? I think the reason you've
reaching
lost every
over.
hand is because someone's stealing your fucking cards.
As you say this, the half orc leaps at the human and goes, "Oh, I knew you were a Titan!" and like grabs him by the scruff. You see a rather tired dwarf tending bar say, "Take it outside." Brutus, take it outside. And the half orc takes the human and disappears from the bar. As you are just left with the nervous tiefling shuffling. Guess it's just the two of us then. Hmm?
Guess so.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Churchill put his cards out, full house. Ace high.
You see the tiefling put his hand out. 4 of a kind. Wait, is 4 of a kind be?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, I think
It
that's
is better.
Okay, it's better. Yeah, it's really
It's better.
good.
That's better.
Oh no.
Yeah. You see, much to your chagrin, 2 sevens in his hand to match the 2 sevens on the table.
Mm-hmm. Fuck me. Well played. Churchill,
Well, you
will
know, it is a game.
will
It is what
stand
it
up,
is. You like
walk
reach
around the
out
table
greedily.
yeah, he'll walk around the table to shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
And
Nice
then I'm gonna
play
try
with
and-
the half orc and the human. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Fuck that guy. While I'm shaking his hand, I'm gonna attempt to steal his coin purse from his pocket.
Give me a sleight of hand
my
check.
dude.
Okay.
He's
there
my
we
friend
go.
right there.
That's my guy.
Ooh, 11.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Bardic
Well,
inspiration from across the
he.
tavern.
Oh wait, is that possible? Is she performing? You know?
I mean, she is.
I'd give him
Oh.
bardic inspiration from across the tavern. The same song and dance they've done for a while.
Yeah. This is the duo.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Churchill nods
Is your bardic
towards,
inspo
Weiss and
a
be like,
D6?
she's great, isn't she? And while he's watching, he'll go for it.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 6.
Let's
Bring it
go!
to 17.
For a
Wow.
17, we're gonna roll for the tieflings perception. They only have a +3. You take the coin pouch, which has, let's see, 25 times 4, 100 plus 100, 200 gold pieces shining inside of it.
Okay. While he's looking at Weiss, Church will pat him on the back one more time. Be like, "Have a good night, mate," and then heft his coin purse and put it away. And then
He
he
winks
will
at
head
him.
over to Weiss and empty half and hand it to Weiss. And then be like, Truffle's having a buff. I'm gonna go up there and say hi.
Of course. Thank you kindly
Oh,
for
and
the tip. And then she'd return to playing.
I don't like losing. He's gonna go upstairs.
I
She
love
called
them.
out,
Oh,
I
that's great.
know.
Yeah. Ragnar, are you down in the bar or upstairs in the room?
He'd be down at the bar just watching over, making sure no one gets too in trouble or something like that. Just kind of standing watch.
Yeah. You've seen Church pull these kinds of antics before, and you're pretty used to it.
Oh yeah. He could tell that. I mean, he probably had an idea that he was doing something at the table to get ahead, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Unless,
mean, you would have
unless
seen
the
the
guy
half orc drag out one of
yeah.
the players.
Yeah, well, I was like, I thought that was probably good. It's like, well, that makes things easier. And then he's got the one. So he's,
Yeah.
he's pretty comfortable with that. What happened?
At Church, as you exit the bar, you do see Vork kind of just like rubbing his now red, somewhat sore knuckles, and the human is missing.
Killed him.
Church will fish out 25 gold and give it to the orc.
Oh, no, you don't gotta do all that.
Ah, it's yours. He nicked it.
You're a stand-up fellow. If you ever need anything, you just let me know, all right?
He, like, claps you
I'll
on the
see
back.
around. Yeah, he'll pat him on the
Yeah.
back as well and then head upstairs.
You head upstairs. Truffle, are you bathing in the very rather large wash basin? Wash basin that's behind like sort of this like ornate kind of privacy screen in your
That's a good
massive
question.
apartment.
Yeah. No, I think he would take it as a hint that people are not as down with the swamp as he is, and he would he would just be
Yes.
probably sitting like a little dejected in the bath, which is now just like brown. It's just like brown water.
This is why.
It's the opposite
Oh.
of the Geralt bath scene, right? Because that's
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
enticing sight, and this is like a yeah. That's what you see when you walk in. Your apartment is rather large, since it's for all of you. It occupies the top floor of the 3-story inn, and has a couple of different rooms, and the wash area is separated just by a screen that can be slid back and forth, and you do see Truffle just in a
Yeah,
brown, murky bath.
Church would walk in and then like see his silhouette through a privacy screen, and he would stay on this side because whatever Truffle's got going on, he don't want to see. And he would pour himself like a cup of wine, and then be like, "Truffle, that was all an act, mate. I don't give a fuck what you smell like."
He would go, "Ah! What are you doing here? I'm in the
I
bath."
just needed to make some coin. Okay, and
Okay. He like, you'll see his like silhouette like slump down further into the bath so as to like hide. And then he'll like just hear him talk from the other side, like, am I supposed to keep bathing or what do I do?
okay,
Oh,
whatever you want.
great. You turn around?
Sure. Even though there's a privacy screen, Church will just like turn around and just like loudly sip the wine. So, did you find anything?
Yeah. As he steps out of the bath, for the first time, if you hadn't turned around, you would have seen a silhouette of 2 long appendages coming from his back that are like dripping wet and kind of insect-like. They're like these kind of long, like dragonfly wings, essentially, that are hanging from his back. And as soon as he steps out, he quickly wraps a blanket, like a towel, around himself, and then like looks like a little burrito. And he'll like walk out behind the privacy screen and make sure that you weren't looking.
Just imagining this little burrito peeking out from behind the screen.
Yeah.
Josh has still got his back turned, so he doesn't know.
He'll kind of sigh like with relief and definitely notice that you actually were a man of your word, and then he'll go,
Oh yeah, I learned a lot. The plants were very talkative.
Judge will like frown at that, like take a bigger sip.
yeah, the implications of that.
Yeah. Whatever you say, mate. We good to go then?
Yeah, I guess once everyone's here, I could give you guys the debrief.
Oh, they'll be up in a minute, I'm sure. Right, well, sort yourself out. Church will like go into a different room and get comfortable. Wait for the others.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a small sitting room that's kind of like serves as the foyer a little bit of your apartment, and you settle down there, and after some time Weiss and Ragnar rejoin
Is that like
you.
a hookah pipe? Get on the hookah?
Oh yeah, always.
Great. All right.
Room service occasionally like comes up and sees if you need anything, offers you platters of dates, mixed nuts and fruits, and then goes about and leaves you to your privacy. Someone comes in to empty the bath water, and you notice like the sheer shock on their face as they like take it to the corner to tip it into like this sort of grate that goes down and just empties onto the street, really, like they did in medieval times.
Yeah, if he's still in the room, he'll look at them and be like, swamp, as if that's like just a normal excuse to like fly.
Yeah, the half elf nods and is like almost as though she understands you. Tips it and pours basically the equivalent of mud down the drain.
He'll get back into his normal, like, heavy robes and like cloak, and then he'll go find Church and the others.
Mm-hmm. You reconvene in the now slightly foggy from the hookah smoke sitting room. And Truffle, how do you debrief all of them? Kind of curious.
He would
Okay, everyone. So, in the swamp, it seems there definitely is a secret entrance, and it's called the Devil's Throat.
Then he pauses for dramatic effect.
Okay,
After like a second, Weiss will be like, "Oh."
Church is just like smoking.
Ragnar's
Really
probably just
helping.
getting impatient. Just, okay, so
Yeah. Right. And so there's usually 2 guards, it sounds, that watches outside the Devil's Throat, smoking. So we know there's 2 out at the entrance, and that'll get you into the underground area. We also learned that there may be some connection with the Traders Guild. I don't know if this is news to you, Ragnar, but there is a halfling that, well, at an untimely end at the swamp when their cart broke down, and it sounds like one of their colleagues is still out there. So it could either be an ally or have more information.
all right. I guess we'll have to have a talk with him if we find him.
Right. And lastly, it sounds that whatever they're doing down there is generating a lot of heat and pollution, which is then causing a part of the swamp to overheat and killing a lot of life over there. It's boiling hot. So I know a way around it, but it would mean a lot to me if we could, well, try to shut that part down or find an alternative. Because, well, the swamp is a beautiful place, and I don't think it deserves to be boiled.
Oh. Mm.
Sure.
Ragnar's probably getting frustrated. It's just
Weiss
like, yeah.
kills me. Weiss just kills me. It's the most bless your heart energy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just-
Yup.
Sure, mate. Yeah, we can do that.
I will help you inside the devil's throat if you promise we can shut down the caldera.
I mean, we came this way because of you anyway. So I think you owe us a favor already.
I owe you a favor.
Yes, you do.
He's gonna try to do the
Ragnar's
math on
definitely
that because
not
he's
happy
literally.
with an extra
Do the
task in the
math.
swamp.
I mean, okay. I don't necessarily
If you
agree,
think
but I'm
it'll
sorry
help
you feel
us
that
in
way.
any way, if you think it'll help us in any way, I think we should do it.
Yeah, I think it's better than going through the front door at least.
All right, I say we do it.
I agree. She pats him on his nice, clean, like shoulder.
All right.
Don't worry, guys. I made good friends with the plant life. I'm pretty sure I could get us in there with the minimal amount of swamp gunk.
Pretty sure?
I mean, there's definitely going to be some swamp gunk.
Now,
This is like-
Weiss, we knew that going in, so
There's just like this, like slowly. Mhm.
This is Operation Swamp Ass. It's like the teamy ass part of the swamp.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. Operation Swamp Ass. Yeah. I think Weiss, you would probably be able to call this bluff considering how filthy Truffle came back. As most likely more than a little.
Now, here I thought we had passed the time when we were lying to each other. That's fine. That's fine. I can play. She just kind of
Truffle,
like.
you did good
crossed
fucking
her
work,
arms.
mate.
Thank you. I just made I also made a promise to the plant life that we'd feed them the corpses when we're done.
This doesn't bother. This doesn't seem to bother her at all.
Sure, mate. Well, yeah, whatever you
Just
need.
silence. Great.
Whatever you
All
need,
right.
mate.
Church,
Ready
have you
whenever
seen
you
anything
are.
like this before?
What? Him? No.
I don't know anything like this.
He's a pleasant mystery, aren't you, Truffle?
He just goes,
Right. So we'll set out tomorrow, yeah?
sounds good.
That's when the full moon is, or
Whatever it
What
is.
is it?
I don't know.
you're the only one that
You'll-
knows. You're
you'll
the only
like-
one that does know.
Like lick his finger and put it to the wind.
Yes, it's like, tomorrow or whatever, how long it takes us to get there. Rod's girl. Thank you.
No, that's
Conveniently
amazing.
the right time to get there, yeah.
Listen, as Matt Colville says, the best tool in a Dungeon Master's kit is time, being able to slow it down or speed it up.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you arrive at precisely the right time. And much to your chagrin, Weiss, as the slimy form of the swamp closer and closer and slides finally into clear view, where it's more than just a black smudge on the horizon, you cannot fathom for even a single moment how Truffle could say it was a lovely swamp. You smell it before you see it. And then it's like the air in your very lungs kind of draws to a still as the oppressive humidity and the heat and the lack of any type of movement of air underneath the boughs sets in. You were hoping to find some shade and maybe even some respite
from the sun after you've been trudging in the desert as you came here, and instead what you found is a small suffocating black mark on the earth itself. You start to feel the sweat kind of collect in your cat fur, and just as you do, as you step forward on the path, you realize the path rapidly disappearing instead just kind of forms around your boot to where when you lift it, it makes a sucking sound as it slooshes back.
Presty. Just a bubble
Every-
of Presty
every
around her
step.
face. It just this bubble of
Yeah.
protection.
Every like 5 seconds, like
smell.
just like casting it over and over again.
Yeah.
She keeps
Yeah.
up all 3 casts of Presty at different parts of her.
Amazing. Yeah. Ragnar, you feel like a single botfly kind of settle on your brow, and you see all these gnats kind of begin to swarm as evening begins to take hold as you're entering the swamp.
I mean, he'll kind of brush it off his head and kind of keep an eye on Truffle to see where would he let him kind of take the reins on this one, because I feel like Ragnar would have no idea how to navigate this one.
Yeah.
So Truffle, anything look different since you were last here?
Well, I mean, to the experienced eye, yes, of course. An ecosystem is constantly evolving, and if you were actually paying attention, you'd notice. And he's just going to start like rattling off all the like a bunch of details that would make no sense to you about what he heard from the different mushrooms, like maybe some of their like gossip, some of the corpse
Anything
flower.
important for our mission?
Well, I could check. With my friends, and he'll reach down to the plants and talk with plants again and check in with them. Which I don't know what this sounds like to anyone that isn't a plant. So I guess you can let us know, Bronze Girl. But he'd be like, "Hey everyone, it's us. It's me, Truffle, and these are my friends, and we're gonna try to take care of this, big people problem for you."
Yeah. As you begin to talk to the plants, to the rest of you, this probably just sounds like the wind whipping through a forest. Almost sounds like rustling and the occasional snap of a twig, and it's almost disturbing that it's coming out of a humanoid's mouth. Just like the nope.
Presty. She can't hear nothing. This band's playing in her. She's having a great time.
She's got her AirPods in. She's listening to Beyonce.
My air Presties are in. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. And you begin to talk to your plant friends, I should say. And that'll be where we take our first break. We're gonna get up, get some water, stretch, and when we come back, we'll get into the second half of Crew 4, episode 4. Right? I think so.
Will we see combat for the first time? Who knows?
Will we? Or will the party thwart me yet again? Which is what it was precisely designed to do. This party was quite literally designed to thwart. We'll be back right after this.
Well, there I
Hello.
was.
What were you saying?
Nothing. Go on.
Hello and welcome back. Where we left off, Truffle was talking to his plant friends once more. Once again, as your magics kick in, you're able to commune with a nearby fungal colony. Their voices sonorously as a chorus kind of rise up once again. And you hear them as nobody else really hears them. Everyone else probably just sees a couple of spores kind of come flicking up and maybe even like a gentle undulating. But this is something you can discern, Truffle. And you hear them like, "Welcome back."
Welcome back.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I missed you.
We missed you.
Aw. These are my friends. They don't speak plant, unfortunately, but they're really happy to be here. He says, looking back at some of them are not as happy as I am, I suppose. Do you know maybe if there's a path we could follow that is less murky than the others?
We'll light the way.
Oh, thanks, guys. It means a lot. All right, we're gonna go and see if we can take care of the caldera problem.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. We're coming with you. So we're going the same direction.
All right. See you again. See you again. See you again. See you again.
See you again.
We just hear like weird rustling, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll turn around and look to the rest.
All right, they're gonna lead us the way and try to take us the least swampy path.
Yeah, Ragnar's gonna offer to carry Weiss through it because she's obviously looking distraught with the.
I mean, she actually doesn't look too terribly distraught at the moment.
No. Oh,
She
she's
looks-
okay with it.
she's-
Well, he's
it's not that
concerned
she's
about
okay
it in the
with
future.
it. Yeah, it's not that she's okay with it. It's just that like she doesn't seem as bothered. But if you offer, I mean, carry away.
Yeah, he'll kind of like gesture to get on his shoulders or something like that, and try to guide her through. I mean, it's one way to work. Also, I was curious: are there any like trees or anything that are like higher up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few that manage to reach like the canopy of this almost like a mulchy dome that you're in. Although now, as you're looking around, you would notice a lot of the trees are kind of rotting away, and their root systems are very weak and are kind of like sliding slowly into the muck and the swamp. And some have been sort of like unceremoniously like rotted halfway through and have kind of like fallen over. Some of this is the natural ecosystem of this place, and some of this you're not sure if it's quite the way it's supposed to be. But you see one or two, more than one or two. You see a handful of sturdy-ish trees that seem like they're reaching up to where you might be able to look out.
Okay. I guess I'll ask Truffle to see if I were to climb up on this one, do you think it'd be safe?
You want like a better view, or what? What are you hoping to
Yeah, just
achieve
to get
up
a
there?
look ahead.
Okay, let me check.
He'll put his hand on the tree.
Hey, buddy. You doing all right?
Oh, I'm so old.
Yeah, I know. That's rough.
I've been waiting to die for 60 years now, waiting for the cold grip of death to take me, and
Oh,
yet
brother.
I linger on.
That's how I felt this morning.
Rough indeed. Now, okay, look,
Oh,
my stout friend here was wondering if he might be able to ascend your powerful boughs to get a good look.
powerful. Oh no. My bowels are herniated these days. They're not what they used to be. Oh, everything hurts.
I wish someone would talk about my bowels like that.
Now, look, I don't know if I could help you with that specifically, but he was looking to see if he could climb you. Is that gonna be okay? Is that gonna make your hernias worse, or what's
Tree hernia.
I suppose it's fine. I'm always in pain. Life
okay.
is suffering these days.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna go now. Good luck with the last years of your life. Okay.
He's gonna cut the connection. He's
Oh.
like,
Yeah, you're good. Just climb right up.
He probably knows Truffle looks a little disturbed, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to really think about that tree. That was dark. Gotta focus on the rest of the forest, not one tree.
So Ragnar is probably going to have no clue what they were talking about, not give a shit at all, and still try to.
Yeah, you're able to climb it. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to see how quickly and how well you're able to climb it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
This
good.
is easy work. In a couple of places, your feet find maybe a spot where you can tell that it's not going to support your weight, and you're able to very quickly rappel almost up the tree, making the best use of your more squat muscular frame. And as you reach the tops, you feel like you're breaking out of almost like a bubble. The air up here is moving and fresh. You're above the clouds of gnats and stirges and mosquitoes that make their home down below. You feel the fading sun's rays on your face. It's the golden hour, and it's like it's like coming out of the water, just like a big breath of fresh air up here.
All right, wow. He's going to try to look ahead and see what might be coming for us or what might be useful to know.
Yeah. The surface of the treetops is very difficult to penetrate, except one spot far ahead, where it seems like most of the foliage has died. It's like a bald spot, kind of in this wooded region, a large circular area that is mysteriously barren. You see a thin wisp of smoke emerging from this clearing, and can only discern that there's perhaps some type of fire there.
All right. Yeah, I guess if that's what he sees, he'll probably just come back down and inform him of his findings of like the clean air and the firehead.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the caldera. That's where the boiling water of the swamp is. That I've tried it. I think we should try to get rid of. You don't want to walk in there. I think it'll boil alive in swamp water.
Right. Well, that's where he wanted to go to fix everything, right? So I guess he'll kind of navigate and point like kind of more direct where we're supposed to be going.
Mhm.
All right. Yep. Let's go. And I guess we'll take turns going forward. I'll check with the mushrooms to make sure we're not going off path.
Yeah. All right. We're going to explore the swamp, and I'm going to hope that dynamic lighting doesn't completely hoe me. We'll find out. Let's see. We got a little. Wait, did that? Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if it worked. Do you guys see your characters at least on the map?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I see a
Okay.
black square of
A
nothingness. and
back
emptiness.
square of nothing.
Yeah, in
And
Penn.
my life is empty.
This square feels like my life.
It's supposed
Void.
to reveal as the players come in. Let me see. Ding. Does that wait, does that work?
This is what
Share?
Weiss sees. Like she's even prestige, so she doesn't have to look at it. She just sees nothing around her.
Fact.
Got
Fact.
sunglasses on.
Oh,
I
okay.
see
There we
people
go. There
now.
we go. There we go. All right. I thought the dynamic lighting would pierce
There we go.
the.
Oh my god, look at your cute little mushroom! I hadn't seen it yet. Oh, that's so cute.
It's pretty great.
At first glance, I thought the shoulder tufts was just a really huge mustache that you had.
Oh, I like that. Like the Lorax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the Lorax of the swamp. That's actually.
Oh, they look so good. Look at those little guys.
Does that work? Okay, that didn't work. All right. I thought it would. I thought I can't figure out the dynamic lighting on this, but we'll just do this. I'll just manually reveal the spores you see, kind of lighting the way ahead of you.
The Sporax. That's
Oh, look
true.
at that. That's amazing.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah, that's kind of the path you see. And you ponder for a moment that you're just not even quite sure how Truffle came through here the first time using only the light of these spores as this impenetrable dome of green foliage above you blots out almost all the light down here on the forest floor. You hear sluffing, slurping sounds around you and the buzzing of gnats, except for Weiss, who has created a nice little dome of peace for herself.
She's like a beach ball.
Yeah, she's just doing great, and no one can see it. She's just having a great time. Smells like a
Yeah,
Starbucks
a
in here.
variety of strange, twisted fungi grow in the roots of the rotting trees. And occasionally you see like a burst of violet as one of them sort of propagates, spreading their spores even further. You see these spores drift on the wind for just half a moment, and then you see a long velvety tongue from somewhere hidden underneath the muck just come bursting out and like feast on these and then retract quickly. You occasionally hear a whistle almost of steam coming from a kettle and the occasional sound of a shrieker plant, and you kind of plunge into this drowned forest. Yeah. The ground around you tends to hide deep wells and pools of water, and much like the puddles in the UK that Sam was talking about, some of them only go up to your knees, and some of them feel like they might be able to swallow you whole. Truffle warns you of this, having been through here before, that some of the puddles are far deeper than they look. And your rolls will have advantage for this since Truffle's already been here and is kind of guiding you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
What
So,
we rolling?
well, who is, I guess Truffle's going to be venturing forth first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, actually, go ahead and reveal all this. Bum, bum, bum. There we are. You can go ahead and move your tokens about as you normally would, and I'll just kind of reveal the area as you go.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if you guys can.
I don't have
Actually,
access to my token, yeah.
You don't have access to your token. Oh no.
It's not accessible.
Oh
We have to.
no.
Oh, I can drag myself on. Oh, there's 2 truffles.
Oh, okay. That works. I can actually delete this one then. Can you move your dragged version? Oh, perfect. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the versions I created, and you can just put your versions on there. That way you can actually control them.
Oh, how do I do that?
If you just drag your full character onto the sheet, it should drop a token. Like if you just take the full character sheet on the bar on the right and just drag it, it should work.
Oh,
Here we go.
easy.
Now your dice can't recharge, Drip. You're rechargeless.
Wait, where did I
This
go?
is my strategy the whole time.
You have to drag yourself back on.
Is to drag yourself on so you can control it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Can't be
this.
logged out anymore.
There's 2 of us.
Yeah, there's 2.
There can only be one.
Who dragged me?
go.
Was it JP that dragged the version of me?
All right. So with Truffle leading the way, Yeah, go ahead and begin pathing, and from there we'll do some rolls.
He'll check with the mushrooms.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just good.
you see the spore appear, kind of pulsate again, and as you get closer, more of the map is revealed. Well, did that work? No, it didn't. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. And you realize you are on the very edges of a rather deep, marshy area. And that is probably best to backtrack up out of the pool. If you were to go further, it might eat you whole. You do also just glimpse a rotted tree kind of laying across the pond that's in your path. And you actually recognize this from earlier, Truffle, as one of the ponds from which your friend crawled out of.
Oh,
Your carnivorous friend.
Right. He'll check back where you last saw them, actually.
Yeah, as you
He'll knock
approach
on the dead tree. He gets the door.
Duk, duk, duk. The dread tree, which kind of gives you a little bit of safe passage across the marsh, sounds hollowly, and out from underneath it, to the rest of you, appears a rather horrific looking corpse flower. Its giant striated leaves creating a massive maw with rows of sort of concentric teeth kind of reaching inwards. It belches as it comes out, dragging itself on tendrils that threaten to wrap themselves around your ankles. And as it belches, the smell that drifts to you is of rotting meat and flesh.
What the fuck is that?
it's my friend. I told you. I made friends with the plants. He'll say, "Hey,
All right,
buddy."
well,
Ragnar, you
I'll leave
notice something
negotiations
that
to you, mate.
looks Yeah, with your passive perception, Ragnar, you notice something that looks shockingly like a halfling's leg draped around its shoulders.
Oh, okay. Is there aside? It's obvious deformities right now. Does he notice anything clothing wise?
Yeah, you noticed the boot pointed out by Truffle from earlier, just like a small trading guild, like sigil, almost like a clasp on the boot, where the very top of the leather kind of folds over and can be buttoned here. And yeah, you recognize one filthy boot and then just a dismember like a ripped off leg that's been like kind of rotting and draped around this thing's shoulders.
Oh, all right. Well, that's disturbing. We should probably avoid that one.
Don't worry,
No,
they're
he's-
friendly.
Yeah, maybe to you.
Hey,
A friend of
look,
Truffles is a friend of the swamp.
and we're friends of Truffle, ain't we? So let's keep going.
I am just so glad to be your friend, Truffle.
Me too.
Oh, thank you.
This is
And
this will
likewise.
be the token for our corpse flower.
Lovely. He'll go,
Hi, friend. These are my other friends. We're gonna go deal with your big people problem. Telly is
they look yummy.
yeah.
Oh,
They're
hell
probably not
no.
worth eating though. They have a lot of spiky bits.
Oh, lots of peels. That
Yeah.
one's fuzzy like a peach.
Yep. You're not wrong. Look, we were gonna try to get you those two fire stick smoking tall ones. If you could help us find the right direction without getting swallowed up by the swamp, we'll make sure that you eat well.
Oh, okay. I could tell you where it's safe for me to go.
You notice now that for her, the mulchy parts of the swamp are actually where she traverses easiest, kind of melding down into the soft soup and coming up easily.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe if we see where you like to go, we'll find a, more solid path for us clumsy folk.
Gus's home, she kind of says,
Oh,
like, rather unceremoniously.
where's Gus at?
Follow me. And she begins to like and the sounds this thing makes are almost like gurgling, popping, bubbling sounds, kind of wet and disturbing to the rest of your ears. And she begins to like kind of drift forward.
Truffle will look to the others and be like,
All right. She said to follow her, but don't follow her path because that's where you're gonna get swallowed up and drowned in the swamp.
and he's gonna
Following you, mate.
he'll I guess try he'll check the log to see if it's like how decayed it is
Yeah.
versus going on the left, which is
Give
I think
me
like the riverbank. Not really sure what.
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
All right.
Yeah.
At advantage
support your
because of the
weight.
swamp.
Oh, yes. You do get to roll with advantage here, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. 20. Yeah, you know it can support your weight just
Mhm.
fine. You're not sure about everyone else's. In fact, as you waddle across and you hear it kind of groan a little bit, you wonder if it might be more difficult for the others to cross this way, if the wear and tear might prove too much for the log.
Mm.
It's soft, mulchy wood kind of giving way beneath your boots as you walk.
He'll say, "This one might be ready to give way. Maybe see if you guys could stick to the top path, and I'll find another way to cross over here."
You think that's a good idea to split?
Hold on.
He's gonna think about this, and then, I had a spell for this exact purpose. Do I see anything else from this position that would help me locate? Actually, I'll ask the plant.
Mhm.
Which direction is Gus? Can you point with one of your tendrils?
Yeah. She points in this direction.
Lovely. Okay. Let me handle this.
And Truffle's gonna cast Fiber Shape, which allows me to basically turn moss or mushrooms or mold into a bridge of some kind, or like a structure essentially.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah.
he would basically just try to make it as far in that direction as he could find it until he can get to more solid ground, and that would connect the party basically.
Yeah, what's the range on this?
It doesn't say, so that's the only description I have. It's range touch.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like whatever I'm at, but it says, okay, when it's possible to make crude coffers, doors, and so forth, fine detail is impossible. There's a 30% chance that any shape that includes moving parts simply doesn't work. So by moving parts, I mean, maybe he would be able to like, I don't know, you tell me, I guess, what you think would fit this sort of situation, because I can't really see that much from this
Yeah.
lighting. But
Yeah.
I'm imagining like either a bridge or some, like, I don't know, something to sturdy up at least the what I just crossed.
Oh, the log. Yeah, for sure. I would say the log easily. You can fortify, creating a bridge with the fungus across the pond or other pools, I should say, ahead of you, I'd probably give you like 20 feet. And then
Okay.
after that, it'd probably be a little more difficult. From here, you can kind of see, I think we've been doing like 5 feet. You can see like 5 feet around you. So we'll give you, wrong tool. Here we go. I wish I knew the hotkey. You've got like, you've discovered like that
Oh, okay.
portion. So you know that this part is probably that you're standing on the precipice. You've been very good. You've been very good with where you're standing. You're standing on the precipice of a place that's like a little more
Right.
difficult to cross.
I think what he'll do then is he'll use this spell on the log to fortify it, and then
Mhm.
call the others across and say,
Ragnar, do you think you're strong enough to take this log with us? We could use it to cross the other places that are hard to get to.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, would that be something he could carry?
Yeah, what's your strength modifier?
+5.
Yeah, it would be slow going, but you think you could do it.
I'll give
You'd
it a
probably
shot.
it'd be less like carrying given the size of it and more like dragging, probably.
Okay.
You could probably go across and then drag it behind you and push it forward. Yeah.
All right.
Weiss is sad as she is discarded for the log.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say. Sorry, Weiss. Unfortunately, this log's gonna be more useful right now.
Oh, you don't even know how useful I can be. She just steps down and like kind of pouts a bit.
Uses his lack of charisma for this one. All right, so I'll give it an attempt.
Yeah. Would you all like to cross it before you do that though?
Yeah, I would. I think.
Go ahead
Not
and
over,
move
everyone.
yourselves.
Um,
All right, I'll hop over.
Church, you're holding up the line.
All right, mate. It just doesn't look too steady, is all.
All right.
She just she just runs across.
Yeah. As you run across Weiss, you do feel like almost like a probing root from Truffle's friend kind of flick along your ankle as it like tries to get a little taste of what a fuzzy creature tastes like.
Hey, you can look, but
Yeah.
do not touch. She like turns around and puts her
Is
finger.
that exactly what Truffle said the first
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. You're able to cross the first part of your long journey safely. Who wants to give me a D20 roll?
Hey, man, someone's got bad dice here, and it ain't me.
All right.
I've been rolling a
Sure.
lot. Someone else go for it.
All right.
Yeah, Weiss, he did.
Hey, we mid.
10.
We ball.
Okay. Let's roll 3d6. As you stand here, you suddenly hear this deafening humming and buzzing start to resonate in the forest, the thick forest air around you. And as you're just admiring your quick thinking and how quickly you were able to kind of cross this first leg of the journey, you see. That work? Dun, dun, dun.
Mm,
Oh. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stirges. These creatures, like I mentioned earlier, have like soft bat-like bodies that are covered in fur that makes you a little uncomfortable, if I'm being honest. And it looks like it has like this long proboscis, that's the word, that kind of extends out and flicks at you inquisitively. Its legs end in sharp pincers as it tries to reach forward towards you menacingly and latch on. Um, give me a let's see. Yeah, give me an initiative roll. Thankfully, they don't have much health, but they are gonna try to get a piece of you while they can.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
wow.
What's up,
I need to
Truffle?
select my guy
Wowie
first.
zowie.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. We got the rear.
I don't see where you do that.
Initiative is right next to your armor class. It looks like a little shield, and then the back
Oh,
on your core page.
They're gonna move as a swarm.
Ew. I
Ooh.
like that.
You.
They go first.
Ah,
The
naturally.
first one is going to try to, I guess, drain. That's what it's called, blood drain. Blood drain church. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. You take. Actually, I'm gonna just use the average on
Can I use
these.
my
You take.
reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think stepping across like the log, she'd hear the buzzing, and immediately it's not even like she chose it. It's just like a reactionary thing where she will
Mhm.
summon these like little pearlescent, viscous, silvery barbs that just shoot out at like everything to
Ah,
distract them.
yeah. And that, I believe, imposes disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So they have to roll again. Amazing. Yeah.
Ooh.
This time as the proboscis goes out, you are able to intercede using your bardic magic to thwart the blow. The second one is going to attack you, Weiss. Also missing.
Everything's shiny in here.
Yeah, the third one is going to attack Ragnar. Oh, with a 24. Oh, wait, you also get to choose a creature you see within range that's friendly to have advantage for their next attack roll, I believe.
We're gonna give Church that.
Oh, amazing. Church gets advantage. Yeah, so as another proboscis comes flicking out towards you, Ragnar, it connects, dealing 5 piercing damage as it begins to like kind of suck your blood. Like a stinging
oof.
large mosquito. Another one's going to attack Truffle.
No.
Did that roll? No, oh yeah. Failing completely, Truffle. It kind of like, I feel like you're almost like probably used to these things by now.
Like that.
And then another one is going to attack you, Ragnar, since it's adjacent to you. Oh, for a nat 20.
Oh, God.
It latches on with 2 legs this time and finds a nice tender spot where your armor kind of like has a gap in it, latches onto the back of your neck, and you feel a welt begin to form as it begins to also suck your blood, dealing 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, God.
Um,
All right.
This one, I believe, you're actually quite lucky that you made friends with this thing, is going to be attracted to the rotting smell inside your flower, your corpse flower friend. Let's see if it can use its like deception check into fooling this thing. Since this is kind of its primary food. It is successful as you see the stirge for a moment contemplate going after you and then smelling this enticing smell coming from this rotting flower, you see 2 tendrils whip out and gulp, eat it whole, snapping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love this thing.
So did that just prevent the
Um,
damage, or that one
no, it
still hit
just
for 10?
no, that one still hits for 10. This was
Oh,
a
okay.
separate
All right.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one, oh gosh, I think this one can only get to Ragnar. Let's see, what are the movements on these things? They can fly, and okay, so they have 40 feet. So this one is going to try to pass over the flower and get you, Truffle. Flower already used its reaction, so it can't go again. So it's going to try to bite you. Also missing. And now it is Ragnar's turn.
What to do here? So I mean, I think I get a few uses of rage, right?
Mhm.
I'm not sure like how the
Yeah,
not
I
really
think
sure
you
how
just
like the order
declare.
of it all. Do I just declare
Yeah,
one
yeah,
rage
yeah.
here, and
You
then what
can,
is it?
yeah.
Okay,
You
so
can just
I use
declare that
one.
you're raging, and then I
Yeah.
mean it's also reasonable that you would enter a rage. You have a million mosquitoes attaching onto you and like trying to suck your
Yes.
blood.
All
So
right. He's pissed off and start turning red, and I don't know. I guess he'll swing his hammer at whatever looks to be the most aggressive
yeah, probably
near him.
this one here behind you. Yeah.
The one up top. Okay, he'll go after that
Yeah.
one. And so what am I rolling for this?
Let's see. So with your hammer, I think if you look at you'll want to check the global damage modifier for your rage damage. So it'll start adding the 2.
Okay. So global damage modifier is
It's right underneath your. So you have in that center column, you've got your temporary hit points,
yep.
and then you've got your attacks. Right underneath that is the global damage modifier. It's like a little tick box. If you tick that for rage and then click on the hammer you're using, it should just auto roll it.
I am looking. So I only see I see all the weapons, and then rage damage. Gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah, if
Okay,
you
and
click that and
then
then click on the weapon name, I think it should just roll it.
oh, okay.
Boom. Okay, so a 15 definitely hits. Not even close. And it only has 2 hit points, so I don't actually think there's a way for you to not kill it. Because your rage damage is 2. So even if you were to roll a 1 on your damage
right,
die,
yeah.
yeah. So what does it look like as you like swing out your warhammer and like start kind of like entering your rage?
Well, he'll probably have it on the ground, the head of it, and drag it kind of behind him
Mhm.
and do this overhand swing to try to knock it straight to the ground.
Oh yeah, you completely turn it into pudding as you do so. And do you have a second attack? I'm trying to remember
Checking
when you
now.
get 2 attacks. Extra attack is at level 5, so not quite.
Okay.
But yeah, you completely destroy, turn into pulp, this one behind you here. And then Church, you're up.
Church is gonna turn around and try and slice the one behind him in half with his
Okay.
long sword. Oh, let's roll a hit first. I miss epically.
You miss. Yeah. The stirge kind of ducks underneath your sword. You have advantage from Weiss. Actually forgot.
Oh,
So
I
re-roll
do. Let's
that.
go again.
You do.
Boom.
That is a hit. Yeah, you effortlessly cleave the one in front of you in twain. Two of the flappy, furry wings fall to the ground unceremoniously. And then it is our flower friend's turn, who's going to try to extend one of the roots and grab the stirge that's pestering Truffle. It also succeeds with a 14, meets it, beats it, and gobbles up another one. Truffle, only you hear this. You hear her going, "Nom, nom, 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 nom," as she snaps them out of the air and eats them happily. And then it is your turn, Weiss.
Oh, that's unsettling to watch.
Yeah, it's
Uh.
not a comforting sight to anyone probably other than Truffle.
Ew. Yeah, I think Weiss would pull out her rapier and
Oh.
give a good swing to this one in
Yes.
front of her.
Swing.
The heck is my rapier? There it is.
Oh.
Yeah. As the flower's mouth opens, like unhinging at the bottom, and just kind of you see like the rotting smell finally hits you. You're a little too distracted to presti it in time, and you see this like maw open with like the rows of what's it called, circular teeth kind of rotating and blending up the stirge in a geyser of blood. It throws you off your A game. You falter for a moment, and not only do you miss the mosquito, but it actually gets an op attack on you because that was a nat 1.
Oh.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Yeah, but it misses. You're still able to just in time kind of duck underneath this long extension that tries to like latch onto you and drain you of your blood. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Ew. Ew. Hate
Fair.
that for me.
Fair.
Oh gosh. Guess I could hand out some bardic inspiration.
Oh yes, you do still have your bonus action.
Either I bonus action bardic inspiration or I bonus action dagger. I don't know which one I want to do. I think Weiss would, upon missing terribly, it's almost like she's embarrassed because up till now she's been rather gentle and perfectly fine with the swamp because of
Yeah.
Cresty, and now it's all kind of setting in for her. And she would look to Church and give him bardic inspiration. Basically, not even inspiring, but yelling at him. Like,
We'll like get rid of these bats.
out of here! Still cast bardic inspiration on him.
Fantastic. Truffle, you see Weiss falter as your friend completely devours one of the stirges. What would you like to do?
I will cast a spell. Well, that's probably overkill, actually. Never mind. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh. Shillelagh, and then I'm gonna smack the one up top or right next to me, between me and Weiss.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
I will not be doing that, but imagine I did.
Yeah. As you strike out with your staff, the stirge deftly kind of glides underneath your blow and then strikes out at you.
It gets a reaction.
No, this is just the top of the round, so it's his turn
Oh, okay,
again.
cool. He goes,
Pesky
Yeah.
bee.
Missing.
No.
The second one strikes out at Weiss. I believe it's a hit.
Yeah.
Dealing
no.
5 piercing damage as it kind of latches onto you and begins to suck up your blood. And you see it kind of get gorged and red and large as it's like draining you of your vitae. And the last one
Yeah.
is going to continue.
What color is
Continue.
changeling blood? Is it red?
Oh, it's like
That-
rainbow. It's rainbow. It's got
Yeah,
some-
it's probably rainbow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. It
Glitter.
looks
Like unicorn poop.
scintillating.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like scintillating as it's like,
Don't
you know,
look at
feeding.
that one.
And the one already attached to you, Ragnar, actually doesn't have to roll to hit. It just gets to continue drinking.
Oh no.
So instead of taking the average, I'll
Yeah.
actually roll for this though. So it's I think 1d4 plus 3. 1d4 plus 3. Yeah, so it drains another 6 blood from you, Ragnar, with its
Oof.
legs kind of still embedded on you as it's like, you know, having a feast of you, if you will. It is your turn, however. I believe you do get resistance to damage while you're raging, though, so you only take 3 of that.
Oh. So it's 27.
Trying to see,
Okay.
because the first attack is piercing damage. I'm trying to figure out if this would also. We're gonna say it's still piercing damage. Don't get mad at me, chat. And we're gonna say the first attack was piercing damage. I think this might be piercing damage too. I'm not gonna look it up. So you'll only take 3.
Okay.
It's your rule.
I'll take it. Yeah. All right, so he'll
queen here.
definitely what do we got here? I think he would probably grab onto I mean he's got a lot of weapons. I think he'll grab onto his hand axe that he's got to try to
Yeah.
get it off of the back of him.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oof.
Yeah. You reach for your hand axe and this thing is latched onto you so tightly as you try to like kind of get a grip at it. It kind of is able to squirm out of the way, kind of crawling onto the underside of your arm as it continues to try to like feed on you. Don't give me that look, Greg. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
So anything I could use with like athletics for this thing, like to I don't know,
grapple
grab
it?
or
Yeah, yeah.
throw
You
it
would
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. 15. Yeah. And so yeah, you can easily throw this. Which direction would you like to throw it in?
I'm gonna throw it towards that flower.
Yeah, Truffle will go over here, and he's got like his bat ready. He's gonna hit a home run.
Oh, he wants me to throw it at
Amazing.
him.
Yeah.
All right, he'll throw it at Truffle.
All right. Truffle, give me a melee spell attack.
Ooh, fun. All right.
Yeah. You still have Shillelagh up, right?
Yeah.
It's Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Are able to rip it off and lob it towards Truffle, who, with the Shillelagh spell, manages to connect. It only has 2 hit points, so you can describe exactly how this thing explodes.
I think, well, whatever. I mean, I think his blood would just be launched as just kind of like a
Yeah, it's like a
like
blood
the
grenade.
wings. Yeah, a blood grenade. Like the wings like pop off, and it just becomes this like little baseball filled with blood. Probably goes off and hits a tree somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. It hurts as you rip it off, Ragnar. Leaving kind of like a mark behind. Give me, since you kind of ripped it out unceremoniously on your turn, give me a Constitution save. Yeah. You're able to pull out the sucker stinger as well. And so you do not suffer from a level of exhaustion as you've like kind of exerted yourself, not only raging, but also swinging and trying to rip this thing off and throw it in one turn. So yeah, you're able to kind of shake it off. You feel almost like a fever in, but your strong dwarvish blood kind of braces you, and nothing bad happens. Your turn, Church.
Sweet.
Church will attempt to slice the one that is attacking Weiss and she's panicking.
Yeah.
I'm being flanked.
13.
13 does not hit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. As you try to slice at the one that is like kind of darting in and towards Weiss with a 14 armor class, you miss. But you do have Bardic Inspo.
You do! You're inspired by
do.
my panicking.
So you do hit. Yeah, because the minimum you can roll is a 1. Y'all are lucky I'm remembering these bonuses.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my job. Okay, I did the spy, right?
3 to marsh.
And you kill the one that is pestering her, flying at her, and sucking her blood. And then it is the plant's turn. The plant is going to try to strike out at the one behind Weiss, missing completely with a nat 1. And instead kind of latching one of its sort of tendrils onto you, Truffle. Kind of like knocking you a little bit off balance for half a moment. Not that it's gonna. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. It's your animal companion. And then it is your turn.
Shillelagh. I'm gonna say Shillelagh, and then I'm gonna hit it.
22. You're able to dispatch the last of the stirges, and the deafening humming kind of dies down, leaving you in an almost oppressive silence once more. I would say the swamp is peaceful again, but this place is anything but. And in fact, as the floral creature is still licking Truffle's ankle while blood dribbles from its striated leaves, you don't feel comfort or glee or happiness at the conclusion of this battle. Rather, just relief that it's over. 2 of you are covered in swelling kind of mosquito bites that don't feel too great. And the flower kind of like continues to like lick its leaves with other leaves, kind of cleaning up, but also spreading the gore around as it makes unpleasant sounds.
Truffle would scoop
enjoys
up,
its meal.
scoop up the last one that he just clobbered and like put it on his staff like he's serving a dish, and then hand it over to the plant, just kind of mildly.
Yeah. It eagerly like sops it up.
Thanks for the help, Fred.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Churches,
Let's keep
you
going, yeah, before that happens again.
Ragnar will be like, well, it didn't help me very much.
Are you all right right now?
I'll be fine.
You venture
You find to
forward.
carry me again, or what
Yeah,
like that kind of fun? And she like twirls the fur of her cheeks.
I mean, he's still gonna go with the log plan and try to drag that.
Yeah, I actually was able to find a little log token.
Ooh.
Understand.
Here we go. It's far too small, but let me make it larger, I think. There we go. Let me just stretch this. I think we can even orient it and try to make it equivalent to the one that's like built into the map. For fairness sake. There we go. That is your log.
All right.
That is your log.
This is your log. I'm gonna say controlled
I really
by.
like it. This one is yours.
Like, yeah.
Boom! You should actually be able to move it around now.
Oh
Okay,
my
I'll see.
gosh.
Wow, this is cool.
Immersion. Let's go.
Wow.
This is your log.
Sweet. Okay. All right. I figured it out. Okay. I know how this works. All right.
I
So
love
I
that
guess
for
we'll
you.
drag it behind us here.
Mhm.
Where are we going? We're going up here.
Yeah.
Gonna drag it.
What is this
Like
thing?
both of them.
Oh, yes. This is a hollowed out the hollowed out roots of a tree, kind of, like, gaze back at you, and you see, like, actually, give me a nature check as you're examining it, since you're pointing it out. You get advantage in the swamp because 'cause you've been here before. 21.
Ooh.
Yeah, as you examine it, Truffle, you notice that this tree was actually rather healthy. Now, you're very familiar with the ecology of swamps, and so you're aware that some of these things, some of the rots and fungi are supposed to kind of return the trees back to this like sort of microbial ecosystem that you're used to. But this one, there's something off about it. It seems more like it wasn't its time to fall over, and as you look inside, you realize, there's the roots have almost been unceremoniously ripped from the forest floor, rather than naturally rotted away.
Like a logging scenario or something else?
Probably done with, like, more force, like, with
Oh.
maybe with an animal or, some type of, like, medieval winch, that type of situation.
Mm.
Yeah, they haven't been hacked away so much as they've been pulled away rather suddenly.
He would ask plant friend,
Uh, what happened here to this tree? Do you know?
Yeah. Your plant friend, is a bit, um trying to think, intelligence level. Yeah. Your plant friend thinks for a moment and just goes, "It fell over."
Hmm. Okay. Thank you. We will
"Pulled
continue.
over."
Holdover. Was it
Mm,
by the fire stick people?
no.
What was it?
Well, I don't know everybody that comes to the swamp, dear.
That's fair. I'm sorry. Was it big? Like bigger than him?
and he points at church.
Oh, yeah, pretty big to pull over such a big tree.
Okay. Have you seen it recently?
No, it was a while ago.
Okay. Thank you.
I think
Well,
Jeffrey may have eaten it. I don't remember. It was
Oh, it's
so
eaten.
so long ago.
Who's Jeffrey?
You don't get an answer.
Oh, all right.
he'll turn to the others.
Something uprooted this tree. It must have been something big. Apparently, it wasn't recently, but be on your guard.
And he'll, I guess, keep going
Yeah.
toward the spores are lighting.
Something
Voila.
big uprooted the tree. I thought you know where we were going.
This fucking
Yeah,
log.
Well,
Just dragging the
wa-
fucking log.
you wonder if for a
Fucking
moment
hit me
if
with
the
that
log,
log, Ragnar.
if the log may be useful. As Truffle, you are skirting the outside of a rather treacherous bog.
Mm.
I know it's not super clear on the map, but you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
on you're just on the edge of it.
Okay, Ragnar, your time to shine. You
And you
think
can
you can get
see
the log
lights
up
ahead
ahead?
here.
I think this is
All
where
right,
we have to cross.
he'll kind of where's this thing? He will just pretty much just kind of swing it around and try to get it over to the other side.
Yeah.
Kind of coming around the top there. I don't know how to select me underneath that though. That works.
Does that look
Yeah.
like it?
I think you might want to put it like a little further down, I think.
Further
Over the
down? Which way?
Yeah.
West or okay.
Yeah, because
That
I think
good?
like uh
Which way are we
yes, that's
talking?
no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You
He'll check to
see
see if it's stable.
yeah. You see this like fungal these like lily pads here. And for a moment it looks like the same as the path ahead until Truffle instructs you to put the log down. You realize that it's actually a rather clever trap. And underneath a very thin layer of soil is just a murky doom waiting to suck you up. You check the
Oh.
log. It's still fortified with Truffle's magic. And you're pretty sure it could hold your weight as you go across. Although, with how thin this sort of spit of land is here and the fact that you have murky pools on both sides, it will require a little bit of balance.
Oh boy.
It's time.
Who would like to go first?
Oh, well, I would not want to rob you of showing us the way, Truffle. You've done such a wonderful job so far.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Why, sure thing. And he just gonna climb on.
Yeah. Give me an acrobatics check as you go across.
Oof.
Oh no. Truffle, as your feet kind of go across this sturdy log that you've fortified, the log begins to rotate. And it's kind of like Takeshi's Castle for those of you that are familiar with that show. You start to do the dance as like, your foot goes this way and that way and this way and that way. And you topple over. Let's see.
Would I have a moment before I topple?
Yes.
Like for a reaction.
What would you like to do? Yeah.
I would like to throw off my heavy cloak. And
Yes.
reveal my my secret. He'll say, screw it. And he'll just toss his cloak behind him and reveal two large, kind of unsettling insectoid wings and just kind of hover above the log.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is that?
Yeah, all of your stomachs lurch for a minute as you think about as you like envision in your minds Truffle falling into the sinking bog and being taken underneath the brackish waters. And then you see these massive dragonfly wings unfold as instead he hovers above the log, avoiding a murky fate.
Look, I can explain. Well, I'm a fairy, actually. It's not very. Just to avoid questions, I try to blend in and pretend that I'm not a fairy, but I am. So, hi.
Could have told that.
Hey, I ain't seen no
told that to
fucking
a
fairy
kid,
that looks
yeah.
like you.
Yeah, right. Ugliest looking
That fairy that
ever.
got hit with the ugly stick, ain't you?
I think you're beautiful. Look at them little things.
Well, yeah, I'm a little actually big for a fairy. So once you realize that he's a fairy, it's very odd because he's basically the size of like a halfling, but has wings. So it's kind of unsettling. It's just kind of like a large old baby man, but with wings.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the cupids from Warhammer.
Yeah.
They're
So-
really disturbing
Baby
cupids in
man.
Warhammer. Yeah. Weiss, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Yeah, like Tingle, just kind of like a heavy set. Like it's kind of like yeah.
21.
Doing
You
something hilarious.
know what this is. You have spent time in the Feywild as a changeling. You're no stranger to this. And with the wings unfurled and kind of seeing Truffle the way Truffle was meant to be seen, you recognize a member of the Fall Fae Court. A court in decline, a court actively being hunted for sedition, for collusion.
Oh my.
The fact that such a creature is in the material plane is a bit weird to you, but with a 21, you begin to put together the math rather quickly.
Huh. Well, you're a little far from home, ain't you? She just smiles at him.
So I was wondering if Truffle would have recognized that Weiss was a changeling because he actually
Yes.
is quite familiar with changelings. So
Yeah. I think it's funny because every time Weiss has shapeshifted, you haven't been there. But as Weiss says this to you, I think you could try to attempt an insight check to see if you can piece it together. Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
The fact that she knows where you're from. A 12. Weiss, are you trying to hide that you're a changeling? Do an opposed deception roll if so.
I don't know if it's like overtly that she's trying to hide it in this moment, but
because I think Church is the only one that knows that you shapeshift.
yeah, but since I took damage, if Truffle was paying attention, she would have like a wound on her
Oh,
arm
yeah.
where she was bit that is like oozing this interesting like
True.
blood.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Personally, I think he would have picked up by now
Yeah,
between
of
the slips
course.
comment and like
Mhm.
the the blood and that comment in particular. I think the fact that anyone knows about the Fae to the extent that a comment like that, I think he would look at her with kind of like a realization and be
Yeah.
like,
It seems we all have some secrets, huh?
Next thing you know, Ragnar's gonna sprout a donkey's ass.
Yeah. So you're gonna keep this hidden from me and Church? What the fuck is actually going on?
Yeah, how could you?
Oh, shut up. She just rolls her eyes. And as she looks to Ragnar, these like shifting parts of her fur begin to just as her skin, very much like Mystique from X-Men, begins to shift into this form of him. And she will turn into Ragnar.
poor Ragnar, dude. He's getting his mind blown.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not fair.
shit.
You can't do that to him. He didn't know.
What the fuck?
And she
is
just
this?
kind of like pumps up her little like dwarf chest. What the fuck is this?
Dude, Ragnar would have a melt. I can't even imagine having both of these
He's
like
been so
back to back.
sheltered his whole freaking life, so he's
Yeah.
like, he's not even gonna try to understand. He's just gonna say, anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, why don't you turn into one of these friggin' plants then?
Don't work like that. She just like stoutly stands.
He'll try to keep his mind on the objective here. He's just gonna try to like ignore the whole thing and try to just not even bother. But could he like hold the
telling me-
seeing as what happened? Could he hold the log and like make sure it could keep it more stable?
Yeah. You
And
could
watch
definitely
Truffle
try
just
to.
almost fall off it?
Yeah, you could try to stabilize it a bit. It's slippery and thick with the fungus that and the lichens that Truffle has kind of imbued it with, but you can definitely give the help action to other people attempting to cross it.
Okay. All right. Well,
Truffle will just like kind of, I don't know, he'll flutter up next to the log too, willing to help anyone across that is gonna have trouble with balancing, but he'll just look to Ragnar like,
Do you have any secrets like this you want to get off your chest too? It seems like we're kind of getting everything out here right now.
Sure I do. As Weiss Ragnar answers.
Weiss response.
Oh, what's that, Ragnar?
I swear to God. You're walking from here on.
It's
Not
very uncanny
necessarily.
hearing Weiss's voice now come out of Ragnar's body as she says, "Oh, come now, don't be like that." And it just comes out of his face.
Well, now that does that like change her like weight and anything, or like I'm assuming it changes her size when she shifts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a true transformation. It's very creepy to witness.
Ragnar would
Um,
notice that Church is completely unfazed by this horrifying revelation.
Yeah, and like Ragnar, she looks like Ragnar in all physical form, but her body mannerisms and the way she stands is still very Weiss. So she's like got her hip like
Like-
popped to the side,
Yeah, like-
and she leans over. She leans over with like her finger on her lip, and she goes, "How the hell do you think your little company there, your daddy's company, works so efficiently? Hello." She just kind
I
of
see.
lays her hand out.
Can Ragnar like grab her hand and throw her over to the other side?
Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
That is a
All
reaction.
right. Athletics.
Yeah. 12.
Uh-oh.
She makes about halfway.
There's like a
You-
miscombobulated like a mix of their voices as
Yeah.
she goes across the lawn.
It kind of lands where Truffle is fluttering with an unceremonious thump on the log. It probably hurts a little
Yeah.
bit, bruises your
As soon as she
backside.
lands, it's like and she goes back to this little tabaxi and she's like rubbing her butt. How? God, suppose I've had worse reactions. Just tries to stand or get over.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check to see how easily you're able to make your way across.
Oh,
Truffle will
boy.
help as like kind of like a little fairy
Yeah.
butler.
Yeah, you
Helping
get to
anyone
do
across
so
these things.
with advantage since you're getting the help
God.
action.
Oh brother.
A 10, yeah.
Hey guys.
As you reach the very tip of the log, you kind of stumble forward unceremoniously, and as you do, you find yourself face to face with something emerging from a wrecked cart on the other shore.
Oh no.
It slorps, it glorps,
No.
and as you look up from the ground, you see. Let's see. Can I get it? Can I get it to work? Wait. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Hold for talent. A monstrous black pudding begin to suck and take shape as it
must be
emerges
Glenn.
out of the wreck and gurgles at you menacingly. And that'll be where we call this episode to a close.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. I got the derpiest looking
I love it.
ooze.
Look at you.
Great. I love it.
He's
The
great, dude.
derpiest looking ooze comes sucking and slurping out of the wreck. And that'll be where we call it for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful, wonderful game of D&D. Let's go around and do some shout outs, see what everyone's up to this week. Take it away, Strippin'.
I'm stripping. This week I am. God, I don't know what I'm doing this week. Prepping a fun Conan server for my friends. With Momo and Reagan, and you're all invited.
Ah!
So
I'm
probably gonna be
invited?
doing that. Yeah, you're invited. We're probably gonna be doing that early next week. until then, I'm just gonna be playing odd random games and things. But
Ah!
that guy's in my house. He won't be in my house in about 30 minutes.
He'll be in the pool with the hornet.
Yeah,
Hornet pool.
yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Tim?
Hi, I am Tim, aka Timac. I'll most likely be playing GTA, doing role play, and possibly dabbling on Strip and Server. But yeah,
Very nice.
that's I do RP. I'm a cop, marshal, hunting down, investigating right now.
Amazing. Amazing. So it's like some Sherlock Holmes style shit.
A little bit. It's more like it's kind of like organized crime type of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, like
So
gathering intel,
like The
and
Wire.
somewhat, yeah. Like right now, we're investigating possible medical malpractice, and also this one chick got she's a recovering drug addict, and they gave her a sedative as a test, even though she didn't need it. So the doctor could be culpable of it, and then also there's another medic who shouldn't have these sedatives that slipped one in their back pocket, so he's looking at felony charges too. So we're pushing
Wow.
on that one. Yeah,
Getting spicy. Getting spicy.
yeah, it's cool. We're just gonna ruin the
Momo, what are you
hospital.
up to this week?
I will be setting up a lot of like role play friendly and like character customization mods for that Conan server, and I will be playing I don't know, probably more dinos and or hiding in Hunt Showdown.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Riken.
Hi, I've been here the whole time. Also, forgot to show off. I have like a truffle cloak that I
What?
forgot to wear.
Oh,
So
You have a truffle
pretend I was wearing this
cloak?
whole time. Yeah.
my
It's like my
God,
Jedi robe.
dedication.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Kraken. I am also this week on the Conan server with Strippin and Momo and Timac and Bronze. If you want to come as well, you're more than welcome. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So if you want to role play in some Conan Exiles, then you're more than welcome.
That leaves me. Hi, I'm that bronze girl. I'm gonna hang out in Conan Exiles. I'm actually actively working on a Tulsa Doom cosplay. I don't think people know how much I'm
Ooh.
obsessed with like the Conan movies. It's ridiculous.
No way. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'm like obsessed. And I even got like the ridiculous bangs and the silk press wig so I can just be Tulsa Doom. Love just love that style of fantasy. I don't know how roleplay for Conan work though, so I'm gonna probably hit up Momo and ask for advice.
I can definitely help you. I'll tell you now, it's definitely going to be more like D&D style mods that I
Got
have
you.
rather than
Yeah.
Conan.
Yeah, because part of me is like, oh, I love Conan though. It's like it's a big part of why I got into D&D. So you guys will definitely see me on that server. I've only played once though, and it was back when it was referred to as like the game where you hang dong. So I look forward to the mods where I don't have to hang massive dong and can instead just
Yeah. Always
be
still an
somebody
option,
that
though.
looks.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I
we
hate
will
to tell
have
you.
massive dong as
We
an
won't-
option.
I hate to
We're
tell
not
you that
robbing
most
people
of the
rule out
modding
the dong.
community is
There are modded dogs.
lifted by
They
dongs.
do love their dongs,
It is held aloft by many dogs.
Yeah, this has been Last Call for Adventure. We'll see you next week. There's no post show, so this is it. This is a sign off.